Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so you're probably thinking he's not in his art studio. Well, you're right, I'm in my kitchen because today I want to turn a fluid art creation into an edible cake. Sounds fun, right? I think it's going to be fun. I'm sure it's been done before, so I'm not claiming to be doing something new, but I just wanted to try and do some ring pours over a cake and see what it tastes like. So I'm using some rice snaps mixed with some marshmallows, and then I'm going to drizzle some chocolate over, and that's going to be like my base, so a bit like my canvas. And then I'm going to use sugar icing, and I'm going to use different colours of sugar icing, layer them in a cup and do a ring pour over the top, and then tilt out a design until I'm happy with it. It's just a bit of fun, a bit of experimentation, and the good thing is we're going to be able to eat what we create. So I'm really excited for this. It's going to be fun. I hope you enjoy the process. Let's see what we can bake. Okay, so for the first step, I'm going to make what I would call my canvas, so my base. And it's all going to be made of rice snaps. So I've got some here. I will put all the measurements in the description box in case you do want to do this yourself. But I've got some unsalted butter, some chocolate, and some marshmallows. So I'm going to melt the butter and the marshmallows into a consistency. And then I'm going to add it to the rice snaps to make my canvas, and then I'm going to drizzle some chocolate over the top. I will let that set, and then we get on with the fun of making the icing for the ring pour. So all I'm doing here is adding the butter into my pan on a low heat so it can melt. The butter is all melted, so I'm now adding in the marshmallows, and I'm just going to heat those through on a low heat just until it all becomes a liquid consistency. So I'm taking my rice snaps and I'm going to add the liquid, so the butter and the marshmallows, into my bowl, and I'm going to mix it round with my spatula. So I'm going to divide the mixture up into two trays. I'm going to do one with chocolate on top and then one with the icing where I want to do my ring pour. I'm just going to make sure that the surface is as flat as possible, just so it can reflect the smooth surface of a canvas. The canvases are done. They're going to just set now. They're just going to cool down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my icing sugar, mix it with water so it's like a fluid consistency. I'm going to add in some colouring, some food colouring, and then I'm going to layer it into a cup and do my ring pour. So I'm going to layer the icing in the cup just like I would for a pouring medium, and then I'm going to just do a ring pour over the top of this just to see how it looks. I'm also going to melt a little bit of chocolate too, just to add a little bit more sweet flavouring. So I'm just melting the chocolate for one of my tray bakes, and then I'm going to melt that using the hot water that's surrounding in the bowl. So there's some chocolate left over. I need to do some washing up, but it'd be rude not to, right? Delicious. Edible fluid art. I think we've all got to try it. So now to get my ring pour sorted, I'm using a red and a blue colour. This is a food colouring, it's a vegan food colouring, and it can be used within lots of foods. So for this, I'm using icing sugar. The icing sugar's been mixed with water, and I'm just pouring the icing sugar into 3 cups. I'm then going to add the red and the blue into 2 of those cups and mix it well, and you'll see it's the consistency that I would usually use like paint. So I'm just going to add the colouring in, mix it up. I have sped up the video, I don't want you to get bored, and then I'm going to layer each of these colours into my cup before I do my ring pour. So I'm now going to take one colour at a time. So I've got white, I've got blue, and I've got red. And I'm just going to layer those colours in the cup like I normally would if I was going to do a ring pour. And then I'm going to take the cup and then place that on the surface of the tray bake. So it's going to be the surface of the rice snaps mixed with the marshmallows. So I'm now going to take my cup and I'm going to start in the middle. I haven't got enough icing for the whole tray. I know that already. But I'm just going to go in the circular motion like I would with a ring pour. And I can see the colours there. I'll take you in for a close-up because I don't think you can see that on camera as clear as I can. But something that I would do if I was to do this again is make the food colourings a lot more vibrant. I'll take you in now for a close-up so you can see it. And do you know what? I've had so much fun just experimenting and trying. I set out, the intention was to create something using my fluid art techniques that I could eat. And I do feel like I've achieved that using the ring pour technique. I'm going to take you in now just so you can see some of that further detail. I'm actually really happy with this piece, and now I'm thinking, what other techniques could I do using food? But maybe that's something for next year. There's the chocolate ones. I think they're going to be Shaun's favourites. So I'm going to cut up this one into squares, and I might even ask Shaun if he wants to do a taste test for me. But this has been so much fun. Okay, so the cakes are made. Shaun was actually quite impressed that they turned out all right. So, Shaun's decided to do a taster for me. Let's try it. Is it a good reaction? Or?
They are delicious. They're really good. Delicious. Delicious. Abhorringly good.
So there we go, an edible version of the fluid art technique with the ring pour. Thank you so much for joining me today. We've had lots of fun and I hope you've had fun watching this too. Let me know what you think in the comments below and I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care everyone, see you soon, bye.